Hello NBA fans, every day we have news about the Los Angeles Lakers. I'm a Lakers fan and I'm counting on you to subscribe to the channel and leave your. Investing in young, athletic players with potential for the future is one of the Lakers' goals, and one player who can greatly help the Lakers is 24-year-old Eric Dixon, an elite scorer and three-point shooter. In a summer dominated by LeBron James and Luka Doncic headlines, the Los Angeles Lakers may have quietly struck gold once again in the UDFA market, this time with former Villanova standout Eric Dixon. After initially agreeing to a two-way contract following the 2024-25 NBA draft, Dixon's path to the professional ranks was temporarily delayed due to injury, forcing him to miss summer league. The Lakers, however, remained invested in the 24-year-old forward, eventually signing him to an Exhibit 10 deal, a move that keeps him in the pipeline and positions him as a potential breakout candidate through the G League. Dixon brings one of the most decorated resumes in college basketball. The 6'8", 255-pound forward led all Division I scorers last season, averaging 23.3 points per game while shooting an impressive 40.7% from beyond the arc on 7.2 attempts per contest, a remarkable transformation for a player once seen as a traditional low-post presence. He concluded his 5-year career at Villanova as the school's all-time leading scorer, finishing with 2,314 points and etching his name into Big East history. While concerns around his age and lateral quickness may have contributed to him being passed over in the draft, Dixon's refined skill set and ability to stretch the floor make him a strong fit in today's NBA. He delivered in big moments throughout the season, including a 38-point outburst against Maryland on November 11, and consistently carried the offensive load for the Wildcats. With his Exhibit 10 deal, Dixon is expected to begin the season with the South Bay Lakers, where he'll aim to prove he's healthy and ready to make an immediate impact. If he performs as expected, a return to a two-way contract, and possibly NBA minutes, could be on the horizon. The Lakers have developed a reputation for identifying and nurturing overlooked talent, with Austin Reeves and Alex Caruso emerging as prime examples. Dixon, with his offensive versatility and physical readiness, could be next in line. In a loaded Western Conference, unearthing low-cost contributors is more important than ever. Dixon might just be the next hidden gem to emerge from the Lakers' development pipeline. Lakers' Austin Reeves predicted to land over $30 million per season in massive contract. The Los Angeles Lakers have watched Austin Reeves grow from an undrafted rookie to a player who is playing at a borderline all-star level. Reeves had the best year of his career last season. Setting career highs in almost every statistical category was great for him, even if he had a bad playoff series against the Timberwolves in the first round of the playoffs. Reeves is going to be a free agent in a couple of years, and he is going to be in line for a massive raise if he continues to play at this level. Reeves could get something in the ballpark of $30 million per year once he hits the open market, according to one executive. His skill set is something that other teams around the league covet. The Lakers would love to keep Reeves for the long haul, but they aren't going to be able to offer him as much money in a contract extension as he can get from the open market. Reeves would be smart to play out his contract before looking at his options from around the league. Depending on what LeBron James does, the Lakers might have the cap space to keep Reeves. Even though Reeves has some flaws on the defensive end of the court, his ability to shoot the ball from deep and his improved ability to find open teammates make him extremely valuable at the shooting guard spot. Reeves is going to be very sought after when he does hit the open market since he will be firmly in his prime. The Lakers are hoping to keep him, but they might have to trade him. If Reeves makes it clear that he won't re-sign with the Lakers, Los Angeles is going to shop him around so that he doesn't leave for nothing. They would likely only send him to a destination he wants to go to. This past season, Reeves averaged 20.2 points, 4.5 rebounds, and 5.8 assists per game. He shot 46% from the field and 37.7% from beyond the three-point arc. Rob Pelinka credits Luka Doncic's team for their work and dedication. In this day and age, it is extremely important for a franchise to be on the same page as their superstar player. While they may not run every single decision by them, teams make sure to keep their franchise player in the loop and maintain the same vision, which leads to a great working relationship. And ever since he was acquired, that has been the case between Luka Doncic and the Los Angeles Lakers. Both Jeanie Buss and Rob Pelinka have made sure to really build a relationship not just with Doncic, but with his support team as well, including agent Bill Duffy and manager Laura Beth Seeger. That has all led to a level of trust between the Lakers and Doncic that was not there with the Dallas Mavericks. And during the press conference announcing Luka's new max extension with the Lakers, Pelinka went out of his way to compliment the superstars team. "I think it's important too. Luka's done all the work, but it's important to have a support system around you to help you do the great work, and just want to take time to recognize the work that Luka's team, Javi, Barrios, and Ans, Masek, in particular have done," Pelinka said. "They've dedicated to the process to help him be great. Laura Beth Seeger, monitoring it, Bill Duffy looking over it. But the system around him has been so supportive and has worked seamlessly with our sports performance staff led by Dr. Leroy Sims. So it's been a group effort and all of us need each other to be great. We're going to continue to support Luka when he leads by example with the work he's doing to be great on the court. It inspires all of us." Luka's physical transformation this offseason has undoubtedly set the tone for the rest of the Lakers about getting into the best shape possible heading into next season. This was obviously a point of contention for the Mavericks, and they just couldn't see eye to eye with Doncic's team, but it has been the complete opposite in LA. The relationship between Doncic and the Lakers is an extremely strong one, which bodes well for the superstar guard being happy in LA and continuing his career in the purple and gold for a long time. LA Lakers and LeBron James in awkward spot with two dream signings on the horizon. The Los Angeles Lakers are going through a transitional period, all while trying to build a team capable of winning another championship. Last season began with questions about how much longer LeBron James could carry the team, but it ended with a new sense of optimism around the future. With Luka Doncic joining King James, the Lakers' window for success was suddenly extended beyond the immediate future. They now have more time to build around their two stars, rather than feeling pressure to win right away. Next season will be the first full year of Luka Doncic and LeBron James playing together. After that though, only one of those two players is committed long-term. Questions surround LeBron James' next move. Luka Doncic agreed a significant contract extension earlier this month, but LeBron James was notably absent from the event. According to NBA analyst Rachel Nichols, LeBron's absence wasn't about any issues with Doncic. Instead, she suggested his frustration is directed at the Lakers organization. "I think it has more to do with his frustration with the Lakers. He believes he's played at a level where he deserves an extension. He shouldn't be an expiring contract," she said. Speaking to Sports Illustrated, Nichols stated that LeBron James's continued high-level performance in the 2024-25 NBA season makes him deserving of a contract extension. She added that while signing him to an extension might seem risky given his age, the real challenge for LA could be how it impacts their ability to pursue another big name to pair with Doncic down the line. Lakers keeping options open for Nikola Jokic or Giannis Antetokounmpo. Two of the league's biggest names, Nikola Jokic and Giannis Antetokounmpo, could become free agents in 2027. The Lakers, like many teams, want to make sure they are in a position to make a move if either one becomes available. With Doncic now committed long-term, LA has become an attractive landing spot for any top player thinking about a change. Nichols pointed out, two things can be true. He has played at that level. However, also he would be 42 years old if the Lakers signed him to an extension. They don't know what kind of shape, and I don't mean physical shape, I mean basketball shape he's going to be in at that point. She added, and the truth is, as we just discussed, if one of these other big players comes available, and by the way, someone always does, we didn't expect Luka Doncic to be available, they don't want to be tied up with 42-year-old LeBron when they could get, say, a Giannis or Jokic or someone else. LeBron probably does deserve an extension, and it's true that the Lakers kind of can't afford to give him one if they want to keep their cap open enough to sign a younger co-star for Luka going forward into the next 5 years, and it's created a really uncomfortable situation. Mavericks could pursue LeBron James in 2026 free agency. LeBron James will be entering his final season under contract with the Los Angeles Lakers in 2025 to 26. At 40 years old, there's no certainty that the four-time NBA MVP will continue to play for years to come. However, his production hasn't slowed down. He's still helping lead the Los Angeles Lakers to playoff berths and is still putting up impressive stats at his age. James agreed to his player option for the 2025-26 season with the Los Angeles Lakers, but after this upcoming season, he will become an unrestricted free agent. Speculation continues to build around one of basketball's all-time greats, as several teams have emerged as potential suitors for James. One of those teams happening to be the Dallas Mavericks. An NBA executive expects the Cleveland Cavaliers, Dallas Mavericks, and Golden State Warriors to pursue Los Angeles Lakers star LeBron James when he becomes an unrestricted free agent next offseason, Ashish Mathur of DallasHoopsJournal.com wrote. A return to his hometown team in the Cleveland Cavaliers would make for James' third stint with the team that drafted him, and the Golden State Warriors would have him paired up with a close friend in Stephen Curry, but the Dallas Mavericks would be a great fit for James. Two of James' teammates that he's won rings with are already on the Mavericks, Kyrie Irving and Anthony Davis. The NBA's all-time leading scorer will have a decision to make next offseason. It remains to be seen whether James would leave behind new teammate Luka Doncic and his son, Bronny James, in Los Angeles to join a new team. Luka Doncic's superpower makes Rob Pelinka's life easier. The Los Angeles Lakers general manager can breathe easy knowing Luka Doncic will always elevate his supporting cast. Luka Doncic has that rare quality that only the very best superstars throughout NBA history can lay claim to. Doncic can get just about anyone to look as close to their best on the floor as possible. That immediate advantage to building a roster should make Rob Pelinka smile. Granted, it is still important to identify players who are going to be good fits with the Slovenian superstar. However, even a suboptimal situation will be made to look a whole lot better when Doncic is in the mix. The offensive wizardry of the Slovenian superstar, in particular, will always make life easy on that side of the court. The barrier of entry to playing good basketball on the attack is much lower next to Luka. That gives Pelinka an obvious focus of what to do as the Los Angeles Lakers general manager takes on the task of putting together a contender around Doncic. The offensive model is simple, the focus falls on the other side of the court. Lakers offense won't fail, defense needs the attention. It is obvious what the formula is for a Doncic-led offensive attack, isn't it? The Lakers will want to surround Luka with shooters and rim-running big men. ESPN recently pointed this sentiment out in one of the write-ups from their group of NBA insiders. Say what you will about the Dallas Mavericks and their incredibly ill-advised trade of Luka to the Lakers, which fans in Los Angeles are forever grateful for. However, they really did hone in on a roster built around Doncic that understood what it needed to do. Derek Lively II and Daniel Gafford were there to roll to the rim and anchor the defense. Doncic made the lives of both big men tremendously easier on offense by his presence. Who could forget the Mavericks blitzing the rim with alley-oops in the 2024 Western Conference Finals? Give Luka an athletic big man and the superstar point guard can make him an effective rim runner. That much was clear from the Jackson Hayes experience. What should be just as evident is Doncic's ability to help the shooters around him become absolute marksmen. Dorian Finney-Smith serves as a great example. Before Luka arrived in Dallas, Finney-Smith was a subpar shooter from distance. After that? The former Maverick and Laker was sniping three-point looks at a rate much closer to 40% than his previous below-average display. What these players have in common, between Gafford, Lively, and Finney-Smith, is what the Lakers will need to pin down. They were strong defenders. Crafting a group of capable two-way options around Doncic allowed the Mavericks to enjoy one of the 5 best defensive ratings in the 2024 NBA playoffs at 110.7. Even with Luka's overstated limitations, Dallas delivered defensively. Their run ended with a loss to the Boston Celtics in the 2024 NBA Finals. However, the model for success with Doncic was established. Luka Doncic gave the Lakers an absolute gift this offseason. He's all in on LA. There was one way for the Luka Doncic trade to look even better for the Los Angeles Lakers, and it happened a few days ago. He agreed to a 3-year, $165 million maximum extension, signaling his commitment to an organization he never thought he'd play for. To the disappointment of opposing teams, Doncic won't be a free agent next summer. Los Angeles shifted its priority from LeBron James to Luka this offseason, consulting with the latter about offseason plans. LeBron and his camp took notice of that. The Lakers didn't offer LeBron an extension, but he picked up his $52.6 million player option. The 2025-26 season could be his last in LA. The Lakers haven't tossed LeBron to the side, but when you have a player like Luka fall into your lap, you have to pivot. Los Angeles is still a contender, but is prioritizing future financial flexibility. Look at the team's offseason moves for proof. Luka Doncic committing to Lakers is the offseason win they hoped for. It's not every day that you get a generational talent like Luka, who is 26 years old. He'll spend his prime playing in Hollywood. Doncic thought that he'd stay in Dallas for the entirety of his career, like Dirk Nowitzki. He had no idea that the Mavericks were discussing a trade with the Lakers. He was just as surprised as the rest of us when the news broke. The second half of the season was a blur for Doncic. His life was uprooted in the middle of the season, leaving him feeling betrayed. He adjusted well, all things considered, but he wasn't the best version of himself. That will change next season. Not only did he undergo an off-season transformation, but he has had more than enough time to process the trade. LA is his new home. Doncic is in it for the long haul. He wasn't eyeing other teams that he could potentially leave the Lakers in free agency to play for. Rather than have that as a distraction hanging over the organization's head this season, Doncic checked off the top bullet point on LA's off-season to-do list. In a statement after signing the extension, Doncic said it's just the beginning. It was a moment that fans will look back on and remember, hopefully when recalling Doncic leading the Lakers to a championship. Championships would be even better. The Lakers' future outlook is better than they could have imagined it would be a year ago, thanks to Luka Doncic. 3 teams expected to pursue LeBron James in free agency, says NBA exec. Los Angeles Lakers superstar LeBron James remains at the forefront of the NBA world. The 40-year-old superstar has been in the spotlight for the entire summer and for more reasons than one. He stirred up some controversy at the start of NBA free agency when he opted into his contract for the upcoming season. Following that, his agent, Rich Paul, released a statement saying that James wants to compete for titles and he knows the Lakers are also building for the future. That caused many to suspect that James would waive his no-trade clause and demand a trade out of LA. Now that time has passed, the likelihood of that happening is relatively low. While that is the case, that may not stop teams from pursuing James, maybe not this summer or upcoming season, but next summer. An NBA executive told Dallas Hop's Journal that 3 teams are expected to pursue the 21-time All-Star in free agency in 2026, the Dallas Mavericks, Golden State Warriors and the Cleveland Cavaliers. Cleveland, Dallas, and Golden State, those are the 3 teams I'm looking at, an NBA executive told Dallas Hoops Journal. All 3 would have loved to trade for him this offseason, but he never requested a trade and he makes way too much money. Once he's on the open market, those 3 will court him. I have no doubt in my mind. LeBron James 2026 summer of free agency. Although James will be 41 when free agency rolls around next season, he will still be among the best, if not the best, player available. The Cavaliers, Warriors, and Mavericks have shown interest in James for quite some time. James has massive ties with Cleveland as he's spent 11 seasons there and brought home their lone championship in 2016. As for the Warriors, they have been in on James for the past year and a half. James and superstar Stephen Curry have built a bond with each other over the past few seasons, and it is clear the Warriors would love to add as much star power as they can around the greatest shooter alive. As for the Mavericks, they entered the mix this summer. Dallas has 2 of James' former teammates on their side in Anthony Davis and Kyrie Irving, and they believe they can compete for a title. Potentially adding James could put them over the top. James has done his best to ward off father time in the meantime, and all signs point to James being as productive as he has been for the upcoming season.